Gentleman from Ohio, Mr. Boehner.
The gentleman from Ohio is recognized for 1 minute.
Well, Madam Speaker, let me thank my colleague from California for yielding. And today, earlier, President Obama held a town hall meeting in Fort Myers, Florida. He discussed the need to create more jobs for Florida families and families across our country. And this has been one of our shared goals since the outset of this process. And that's why House Republicans have crafted a plan that creates the most jobs in the shortest period of time. In fact, our plan would create 141,000 more jobs for Florida families than the package that's under consideration. And overall, it would create twice as many jobs, some 6.2 million jobs in all, at half of the price of the bill that's moving through Congress. And don't take my word for it. This is based on methodology President Obama's own nominee as chair of the White House Council of Economic Advisors, Dr. Christina Romer. How? How do we create all these jobs? We encourage investment and create jobs by letting families, small businesses, home buyers, and job seekers keep more of what they earn. Unfortunately, the House and Senate bills take us in a different direction. And we already know that they rely on slow-moving, wasteful spending here in Washington, but there's more. The plan that's currently on the table tries to take advantage of the crisis in our economy to enact a series of liberal policy proposals that have nothing to do with economic recovery. It discourages Americans from working, loosens welfare reform's work requirements, and encourages more Americans to become dependent on government programs. And through a proposal called comparative effectiveness, it aims to put the federal government in charge of some of the most families face. The bill is supposed to be about creating jobs, not about reversing welfare reform or letting government ration out America's health care options. And I still think there's time for both parties to work together to craft a bill that puts job creation first and foremost. But I think it's up to the majority to help make that happen. Republicans want to work in a constructive way to help families during this economic crisis. And we want to answer the President's call for bipartisanship and his call for a plan that creates jobs first and foremost. And the bills being considered don't do that. We do believe that our economy is in a crisis. Families and small businesses are hurting, and the government must act. But we must act in a prudent way that does what we all want to do, and that's to preserve America. Fortunately, the plans that we're seeing don't do that. The plan that we put on the table for consideration would, in fact, create 6.2 million jobs over the next 2 years, twice as many jobs as the bills being considered at half the price tag. It's time to work in a bipartisan way to solve this crisis, and I would urge my colleagues to listen to our ideas, work with us on behalf of the American people, and I yield back.